So we're going to continue doing the comments and more questions. Let me get my tea. Hold on. Okay, so this one says, do hospitals offer on-the-job training for nursing? I mean, you all want to future your schooling in college. I feel anyone going to college is a professional in whatever. So listen, I see what you're getting at, but let me break it down for you, okay? First of all, happy Thanksgiving. And thank you to everybody that's been saying happy Thanksgiving to me. Because, I hate the holidays. My mommy was murdered, so holidays are not fun for me. And having to still go to court for her and stuff and relive that nightmare is a lot. So I hate holidays now. Point blank, okay? So thank you to everybody that's been messaging me, calling me, texting me, and saying happy Thanksgiving. You are loved, and I love you. Okay. So back to this question. So I see what you're getting at. But what I want to point out is that nursing is not that simple. Okay. I think the dynamic that's out here in the world is that all nurses do is clean butt. All nurses do is wipe pee. All nurses do is help their patients take a little bit of pills with water, and then they go about their day and go to the next patient. No, there's so much that goes into nursing. We're managing vents. We're managing balloon pumps. We're managing the singular dialysis for these patients. That's separate from your nursing degree. You don't learn that stuff until you actually get to the floor of the unit that you're supposed to work on. So here's how it works. You go through your nursing school, whether you get your ASM, which is 2 years, or your BSM, which is 4 years, you go through nursing school, right? You have to graduate. You have to get your license. Once you get your license, you have to graduate. You have to take your NCLEX. You have to pass your NCLEX. Then you get your license, okay? Once you get your license, you apply to these jobs. Good luck, because let me tell you something. A lot of these hospitals, they'll tell you, we're not training. We're just going to put you on the floor. You get 2 weeks orientation on the floor as a new grad. When I started, they threw me to the wolves. But I was comfortable because guess what? I took my nursing degree seriously. I was studying, I was reading, I was going to group study sessions. I was also going to tutoring. I was adding on extra work on top of the work that they were already giving us. So I was very adamant about when I took my NCLEX, I passed that 75 questions and the computer shut off. And I was like, oh my God, right? Swear, I'm not lying. So I got my results and they were like, you passed, applied, got a job. And they're like, hey, we're not doing training. We're not training you. We're giving you orientation to the unit for 2 weeks and you're on your own. Orientation to the unit is, this is where the medication room is. This is where the supply room is. This is where you're going to get all your linens. These are the numbers to call. These are the numbers to call if you need the doctor. This is the number to call if you need Code Blue. This is the number to call if you have a mental health issue that a patient is going through or whatever. This is the number for security. The second week is, all right, this is how you use our pumps. This is pharmacy's number if you have any questions. It's not in-depth training, okay? If you happen to get lucky and you get into a nurse residency program, which wasn't that common in the time when I was finishing nursing school, you got lucky, okay? But your pay was garbage, okay? And this is not about the pay, but I noticed those nurses, like even when they got off of the nurse residency program and I had to train them after, it was like they weren't really paying attention to the residency program. They waited until they got precepted by us to learn the floor. And that was the wrong thing to do, right? So, and plus everybody's learning style is different. Some people are visual learners, some people verbal, some people need to read books and all these things. So it's like, getting into nursing, you have to know how you learn in order to be able to survive, because there are other nurses that are going to eat their young. I don't know if you heard about that, but yeah. So the higher up nursing, meaning APRN, NPs, CRNAs, baby, $20,000 to go to these schools, which is the cap that you guys are talking about. You can't do nothing with $20,000 to go to these schools. And nobody's teaching you on the floor of a hospital, or if you get to have a mentor, they're not going to spend the time and teach you how to do certain things, because you have officially become NP, ARNP, or CRNA. You have to go to the schooling first, designated for that specialty, and then you get your fellowship or mentoring after that. Then you get into the hospital, and then you get oriented, and then you move forward from there. I don't know. I hope I'm making sense to you, but it's just not that simple. Like, these hospitals are not going to burn time to sit there and train you. That's why schooling is important, right? Now, other people are like, oh, well, it also has to do with making these colleges drop their tuition rates. Let me tell you something. These colleges don't have to do nothing. Okay? These colleges don't have to do nothing. All this is going to do is create more nursing shortages, because if you limit us with the cap of 20,000, we could probably finish half a semester into either ARNP, nurse practitioner, or CRNA school. We will probably finish half a semester. Most of these schools, they want another 3 to 4 years. Where are we getting the money from to do this? These schools don't have to do nothing. They're already set in place policies with these schools. They're not going to change it because administration just decided to, nursing is no longer a professional degree status. That's crazy. They don't have to do nothing. It's called free will. It's called free will, okay? So I think we just have to get into the narrative of understanding, like, these hospitals are not going to be responsible for training you. In their mind, in these hospitals, you went to school for this already. So why are we training you and wasting our budget cuts to train you for something you went to school already for? Makes sense? I hope I'm making sense here. So, yeah. But thank you for your comment.